Good morning and welcome. Monday morning here in the UK. My name is Helen Jennings and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator and based in Northamptonshire, so fairly centrally in the UK, and it is lovely to have you joining me wherever you are joining me from in the world. So if you are joining us live, do pop on and say hello. If you are joining on catch up, whether that's on Facebook or on YouTube, then it would be lovely to hear from you. So do pop into the comments and let me know that you're watching, and yeah, ask any questions as we go along. Morning, Lisa. So let me just introduce myself. This is my website, www.loveaduckie.co.uk, and that is where you'll find all of my blog posts and classes, links to the shop, downloads, all sorts of things over there on my website. So do check that out. And wherever you're looking for me on social media, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, then do hunt out Love-a-Duckie to see what we are up to. It is still February, which means it's still celebration. So still opportunities to get those freebies. So whether this is freebies from the brochure or the extra freebies that have now been added that you can see here, whether you shop with me, whether you host an event that generates £275 worth of sales, or whether you join the team, then there are freebies to be had, from stamp sets to packs of papers to this gorgeous, that you can see here, little boho blue mini stamping cutting emboss machine. So lots of ways of earning yourself freebies. So do check those out and do get in touch if you have any questions. Some upcoming classes. Let's come over here first. We have a Lighting the Way Stamper Stack tomorrow morning. So I'm cutting classes for that today. So if you want to last minute squeeze in, I could probably just about squeeze you in, let me know as soon as, or that is available through the post as well. So it's using the gorgeous Lighting the Way bundle from the mini catalogue to create 6 cards, 2 each of 3 different designs. We've had this month's Take One, Make One project class. So this is for next month, when we're going to be using both the True Beauty and the vintage Pretty Bird sets to create kits. And you can have one of the kits, either or of the kits, or both of the kits, and you can do that in person or through the post. So do check those out on my website. And this month's technique class is different ways of using background stamps, and that is happening on the 24th of February. So let me know if you would like to join us for that. And again, you can either have that coming along in person or as a Zoom class. So let me know which you'd like to take part in. So looking forward, February, beginning of March, we have a Saturday Stampers that is going to be looking at springtime celebration. So that is an in-person all-day event. And next month's classes with the Stamper Stack is the Fancy Floral Suite. And our technique class next month is going to be Cards That Move. So looking at different ways in which we can get movement in our cards. So those are some classes that are coming up. All of the details of all of those classes you can find over there on my website at www.loveaduckie.co.uk. So let us bring in, let's come back. Had a bit of a dance around then. Here we are, we're back. So let's, I think without further ado, have a little bit of a look at what we're going to be creating today. And today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different, something I don't do very often, and bringing my downward facing camera, and you'll see there's nothing apart from a pristine new piece of grid paper. Our grid paper is fantastic. Don't ever overlook this grid paper. Great for if you're drawing sketches, for doing your measurements, as well as just for stamping on. You've got little bits down the side for notes and lists, all sorts of reasons why you're going to want our grid paper. So don't overlook our grid paper. Great way of keeping your desk clean from all your inks and things, but it has lots of other uses in itself. And you've got centimeters on one side and inches on the other, so that in itself is a really useful feature if you're needing to do a few quick conversions. But what we're actually going to do today, we are going to do a quick and easy card as well, hopefully, but we're going to do a scrapbook page. Not done a scrapbook page in a little while. And we've got two elements for this. We're going to create a scrapbook page, but we're also going to be using some products that has been a bit of a standing joke with some of my customers, and I keep promising them that I will combine the Artistically Inked stamp set, because the discussion was had, oh, I've got that stamp set, but I've not really used it. And I said, oh, well, in that case, I must make sure that I use it quite soon on one of my lives. So here it is, the Artistically Inked stamp set. It's been around a little while, but it's a beautiful stamp set. So we're going to use that along with the coordinating dies that go with it. But we're going to combine that with the 2022 to 2024 in colours, because some of my customers have been saying, you know, they're gorgeous and they're bright, but I don't know that I've really used them very much. So we need to put that right as well. So I've grabbed all my in colour inks. We've got the Parakeet Party, Orchid Oasis, Starry Skies, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide. And I have picked up a little bit of Mango Melody as well, because I might need a little bit of yellow with some of these flowers. So I thought, let's have a play with some all things in colour and the Artistically Inked stamp set, and let's see where that takes us. So on my mat in front of me, I have a piece of 12 by 12 Parakeet Party card, and as you can see, I've gutted it. I've taken the middle out of it with my trimmer, just because it seemed a waste of that big bit of coloured card that I could be using for something else. And then I've got a piece of 12 by 12 basic white card that I've just trimmed down. I've taken off 1 centimetre off two sides to make it give it that 0.5 centimetre border all around the edge when I put that together. So I think the first thing we'll do is stick these pieces together so that we have one sheet. I'm just going to run some glue around the edge of here. So I've had a bit of a play with quite a few of the in colour. I'm going to be bringing in quite a few of the in colour products for this scrapbook page. And it will be bright and bold. I haven't actually picked any photos to go on my scrapbook page. That's often the way. I've got lots of scrapbook pages that I've created for different things, but I've never actually added photos to them yet. I need to do that at some point. So the other thing that I've got in here, I've already done a bit of cutting and die cutting, is I've taken some of the paper stack, the 6 by 6 paper stack with the same in colours, and I have cut some 5 centimetre square pieces here, and we're going to lay these out and stick them on our card. So I'm thinking I want sort of a pair just there, and a pair just there. That perhaps wants to come up. I want to leave a gap in the middle there that is about a square wide before coming down and adding in. We'll have a set of 3. I'm trying to make them sort of different patterns, and a set of 3. So they're going to sort of come something like that. So that the edges of these are lined up, the edges of these are lined up. We've got 2 at the top and 3 at the bottom. How's that looking? Right, let's bring in some combo. I'm actually going to stand up so I'm looking over the top of this. And let's add in these squares. So I'm doing this by eye. You could come in with rulers, put pencil lines in if you want them to be absolutely precise. So there's 10 squares here, 2 of each colour. There's that one. And to bring this down to about there. There. And there. This one will have there. Should have perhaps had that the other way round and had the flowers upright, but never mind. And switch those round so the stripes are going the other way. So there we have some squares of paper stuck on our mat. I have, just looking for my little bag with bits in. I have cut 2. We've got these sort of sets to take 4 inch or about 10 centimetre photos. So I've cut a little bit of 10 centimetre by 10 centimetre copier paper, just so that sort of gives you a guide for your photos. I'm just going to take a bit of a glue dot and just attach that to here with a glue dot so you can see where your photo is going to go. So we will replace that. You can use these guides to help you cut your photo if you need to. Just for a guide as to how big they want to be. So the pieces of copier paper are 10 centimetres square, which will be the size of our photo, and the piece of Tahitian tied cardstock in the background is 4.5 centimetres or 10.5 centimetres or 4.25 inches. Let's get our centimetres and our inches playing nicely. So these are going to go sort of in place here. Now what I want to do is I stick these down is to make sure that I don't stick this piece down, so that I can slip my photo in there when the time comes. So I am going to pop these up on dimensionals. So I think let's start with this one. Take those backings off. this one coming I'm going to bring it up to about there, and then this one I'm going to put a dimensional in that top corner. I'm going to put a mini dimensional, I think, on the bottom corner. That will sit over there. Hopefully that will sit over the top and mean that I'll be able to slot those photos in when I'm ready. Let's have that coming down there like that. So now we've got our two mats for our photos. We want to add a little bit of decoration. So I have taken some of the in colour glimmer paper. So this gorgeous glimmer paper, you've got it in all 5 in colours, and it does have like this ombre effect to it, so it's really pretty. And I've taken this big leaf die from the Artistic Dies, and I've cut 2 of those, and we'll have one of them at the top here somewhere with some of our flowers, and we'll have another one coming down here somewhere with some of our flowers, and we'll decide where we're going to stick those when we're ready, when we have our flowers to do some flower arranging with. So let's for now move our basic layout to one side, bring in some white cardstock and our Artistically Inked stamp set with the flowers that are in there. So we've got this gorgeous big bloom, this sort of rose type one, got some leaves, got some little flowers just here. There's a single leaf. There's a small little piece there that could either be a little bird on its own or could be a centre for a flower. And then there is some little dots and things in there, so we'll come back to those in a minute. Let's come in with Sweet Sorbet, I think, to start with. I might want to go up a block. It's just hanging over the edge slightly. So let's ink this all up. Let's have some Sweet Sorbet big blooms. I'm going to do a card as well that's going to match our scrapbook page. Always going to sort of be similar. So I think I'm going to stamp 3 of these. And you do get that sort of variation of colour in there. They are those magical stamps that don't just give you solid colour, but give you some variation in colour. Let me find a bit more basic white. Do some stamping on. So these distinctive stamps that give you all this variation of colour without you having to work very hard at all. You just ink it up and stamp it, and you get these fabulous results. Let's give that a bit of a wipe clean with my Simply Chamois. I'm going to take some Mango Melody, I think, to create some flower centres here. So I'm going to take this small little centerpiece and let's add some Mango Melody centers. take some parakeet party. We'll do a few leaves. Let's come off a block. Let's have 3 lots of those leaves. Let's come in with this flower just here. I think we'll come in with some Orchid Oasis. Let's have 3 of those. Got a little individual leaf. Oh no, let's come back to Parakeet Party for our little individual leaf. I don't think we want to. And then we've got these little flowers just here. I think we'll bring those in and add in a bit of Tahitian tide for those. I'll have 3 little lots of those as well. So we've got a whole host of beautiful bright flowers just there. I have grabbed out the Charming Sentiments sentiment stamp set, and I'm going to take the, what did I look at in there? Hey there. I'm going to have this hey there just there. I looked in there and thought, oh, that's the one I'm going to use, and then promptly forgot what it was. So let's take hey there. And let's take some of the Starry Sky. And we'll stamp hey there. Hey there. I think we'll also do a wishing you the happiest of birthdays ready for our card while we're here. And we'll have that in Starry Sky as well. Just stuck my finger in the ink pad. Let's make sure that I'm not going to transfer that anywhere else. There we go. So lots of bits and pieces there to die cut. Let's get on with that. We have dies. To die cut our leaves, our flowers. There is a die that would cut that shape, but we've cut that, we've stamped that as a sort of part of this big flower, so we don't need it to be die cut separately. So these dies individually would easily go through the mini cut and emboss, but because I've got them on bigger pieces of card, the card would need to be cut down to enable them to go through. I'll just use the bigger machine. That's those all lined up. I'm just looking for the die set that goes with Charming Sentiments. I've not used it very much, so it is not yet seared into my brain what it's called. It's the sentiment silhouette. And we want this one for the wishing you the happiest of birthdays, and this die set is going to cut out these little images, and I believe that one is Hey There. I'll do the Hey There on the next run through, I think. So let's just line this one up. And let's bring in our machine. Let's run those through first. Look at these beautiful big blossoms. And of course we could be doing them in soft pastel colours. But this is just going to prove that they don't have to be. You can take it bold too. Using all those gorgeous bright colours in your projects. Particularly as we sort of head towards nicer weather and just going to tear that bit off. And it here to run through with these. Line that up. Did I not have a bit of tape on that one? We can add this one back in. Lost my direction. Might wait actually and do that one on the next run through. Stick that one down. We've got 3 nice orchid oasis blooms and some little Tahitian tide. Where have you gone? There you are. Oh, I've just caught my little sentiment there. Let me restamp that. Gave my no-tack tape a bit too much of a yank, and it took the top off as well. There's one little green leaf. And one pair of leaves. We are line this up with these leaves. Let's bring in this flower. Another little set of Tahitian tide flowers. And a Hey There die. And that will leave us with just one more run through to do. Pick up the last of the bits and pieces. One flower, one small leaf, one set of Tahitian tide little flowers, one Hey There. Oh, I wiggled that one. Let's try that one again. Third time lucky with the Hey There. Third time's a charm. Might not get that one out of this run through. May have to do that one again too. You do need to be careful not to get your dies overlapping. You can have them snuggled up against each other, but don't overlap them, because they will cut into each other, and you really don't want that happening. Let's try this again. And hopefully that won't wiggle this time. There's our 3 little blue flowers. Our final pair of leaves. That's better. Hey There. And then we've just got one little leaf to do. And we should hopefully have enough goodies for both a scrapbook page and a card. Here he comes. A little leaf. Okay, let's bring back in our scrapbook page. Move these pieces out of the way. Let's gather up all of these little pieces. Thank you. Both leaves. Okay. Let's bring back in our scrapbook page. Let's bring in these pieces, which I just knocked onto the floor. So we've got our big flower and our smaller flower. Let's add in some leaves. And we've got some of the little Tahitian tide blooms just to scatter around down the bottom there. Let's have a similar flower arrangement coming up the top here. Big leaf, little leaf, some of the small Tahitian tide blooms. Got a hay there. Ooh, that's not the hay there that we want. That's the wonky hay there. Did our unwonky hay there go? That's what I sent scattering onto the floor. I'm going to lay this here, but I won't stick it down. I will wait till I find my other one and put the proper one in place. It may well come to light in a minute. Can't see it anywhere obvious. Let's put these, stick these in place. I'm going to start with this leaf. So I could have actually run this through with some adhesive sheet on the back to just peel and stick. I'll just add in some little spots of Tombow just to hold it down, sort of where there's slightly bigger pieces. I have got one little piece that's still stuck in there that needs to come out. And let's have this coming, and to tuck it underneath there a little bit. Have it coming out here. Stick it down. This big flower we'll put up onto dimensionals, I think. We'll have that. So it's not sticking onto any of our paper, so that we can still get our photos in there, but so that it is raised up. Let's add in some leaves there. We'll add in a little leaf. Where should we have you? Coming this way, I think. And then let's put in these little Tahitian tide flowers. One there. And perhaps one there. And let's have a little one. This leaf coming over the top of it down there. So there's a little gathering of little arrangement of flowers for the top there. Let's come in down here. Let's do the same. Let's have some dimensionals on the large one. First of all, let's stick this one in place. So really nice, bright scrapbook page. That's a birthday, or you've been to visit some vibrant gardens somewhere. Just a really happy page. Let's have this coming down. Yep. Oh. With our large flower here. Again, excuse me, we don't want it to be the flower can come over the picture thing, but we don't want the dimensional to come over the picture piece. We want that to be free to be able to slip our photo in. Have this Orchid Oasis flower just here. And these little blue ones. Yeah. Yeah. And let's have this little one down here. So, big bright blooms on our scrapbook page. I'm going to have this little sentiment just here, and I will, when I find the right one, raise that up on dimensionals as well. Aha, I think I might have just spotted it. Yes, I have. Bring in some mini dimensionals here. A nice one for if you've got pictures of a group of friends together or something. Let's have hay there sticking down here. Some of the other things I've got here are some of the dots, the in colour matte decorative dots. I've got some of those in different colours. And let's have some different colour dots just here. I do also have some of the ribbon. I might go I might actually go with the Tahitian Tide one. Pull that tight. Some of that tucked in just here. Let's find a blue dot. And just add a blue dot to that. Let's tuck that in there. there we have, want a few more little dots. Let's put a few more little dots around and about. Bring in darker one around there. Let's do the same up here. Let's have one of these little dots are ombre as well, so you do get a variety of shades just within the dots. So there, a really bright, bold, vibrant scrapbook page. I'm going to tuck to one side for a minute while I bring in a parakeet party card base and a Tahitian tied mats. And then I've got here a little bit of basic white. Not basic, yes, basic white. Doubted myself there. I've got this rather nice sort of splurgy stamp just here. And our dotty stamp that we've not used. Let's pop this on. To this block, and let's ink this up with some Starry Sky. Let's bring some of that Starry Sky in down here. Let's have some bits of flowers. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. And I think we'll have some of the See all the colour ribbons apart from the one I'm looking for. Here it is, straight under my nose. I think we'll have some parakeet party ribbon with this one. Let's do a nice big parakeet party bow that's going to sit underneath those flowers. Let's build this up. And we'll add our mat. Then we'll add our basic white mat. Then let's come in with this large bow. Just add some dimensionals on the back of this big flower. Lift it up. I've got a little bit of ribbon stuck everywhere. Never mind, it won't be seen. It will be forever trapped underneath this flower. bring in these leaves just here. Have these coming under there. So this one coming under here. Let's come in. Use a few of these little tempting turquoise flowers. And have this last little one tucked there. I'm going to put some small dimensionals on this end. I'm going to get my scissors and just snip a little bit off the edge here. For this end. Then to add a couple of glue dots to this bit. I'm going to have that coming across here. And a few of these little spots. What colour would we like? Might go sort of turquoisey ones, I think. And have another one down here. So there's a really bright, bold card using those same colours, the same blooms as our scrapbook page. So let us clear the decks a bit to make room to bring these in. Didn't use that little dotty stamp. So there's a quick little card. And here, I think you can nearly get all of that in, is a little scrapbook page. Can I bring my camera up slightly to give you, there we are, a whole view. There's a scrapbook page. And there's a little matching card. All using that Artistically Inked stamp set and the coordinating dies and those bright and bold 2022 to 2024 in colours. So a little bit different. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you're not into scrapbooking, you can definitely use some of those ideas of combining papers and stamps in your card making. But yeah, so good fun. So for all those people I've promised, Artistically Inked combined with those in colours, there you go, we did it. Do enjoy that and do have a go. Don't leave those bright bold colours sitting on the shelf. Do make sure that you have a play with them. So as always, if you've any questions, if I can help in any way, do reach out. Otherwise, I will be back on Friday morning for a bit more crafting. Look forward to seeing you then.